Hi, my name is Linda Mary, and in this video we're going to talk about how you can balance your work life and your home life when you're working from home or when you're working remotely. So if that's something that interests you, keep watching this video. And if you're into self-development and lifestyle vlogs, then subscribe to this channel. So the first thing you can do to balance your work life and your home life when you're working remotely or working from home is to have a work schedule. Okay, I know it seems crazy, like, why would you have a schedule when you're at home? That is why you should have a work schedule, because this is your office and it is your home. You're in the office, you're at home, you're in the office. It's all confusing. So what can happen if you don't have a work schedule is that you'll find yourself working at night, okay, because maybe you did not have a good schedule that enabled you to work during the day, okay, or maybe you find that now you are doing things that you're supposed to be doing in the morning, you're doing them at night. Your schedule is all confused. You are late at maybe making meals for your family because everything is just all jumbled up. Okay, so you need to know, are you working from 8 to 4, 8 to 5? You need to have a work schedule so that you don't just be mixing. You work, you sleep, you wake up, you watch movies, you work. Work schedule will help you to work when you're supposed to work, and then when that work is done, you can say bye-bye to work until the next day. You're not just going to be working randomly from any time and day, night, 3 p.m., 3 a.m. No, you're going to follow your work schedule. This work schedule should have a start time and an end time. When do you start working? When do you stop working? Start time, end time, work schedule. So now that you have your work schedule, the second tip is that you need to have a designated workspace or work area or work section. Okay, if you can you can just create a workstation, like a small workstation at home. Okay, for me, my workstation just consists of a small table that I can squeeze into my bedroom and this chair that I'm seated on. That's it. Okay, sometimes you don't have that. You can have, maybe you have a dining table. If that is where you work, then you know that this is where you work. Okay, if you don't, whatever it is, even if you have like a corner, particular area in the sitting room, in the dining room, in the bedroom, particular area where you sit, so that when you sit there your mind clicks, work time. Okay, so it just helps you to be more productive. You sit there and work when you're supposed to be working, following your work schedule. The third tip you can use to balance work and life when working from home is to have a morning routine. If you're working at night, because there are people, I know there are online people who work online who do at night, then you need to have a night routine. But for the majority of people, you need to have a morning routine. Morning routine is all about when I wake up, which I've said, what time am I waking up? It's not just like today I wake up at 6, or I can wake up at 10, I can wake up at 12. When do I wake up? What time? And then when I wake up, what do I do? I want to wake up and be like, so what do I do? I know I wake up, maybe you shower, you take your breakfast, you sit down, start working. Maybe you meditate, maybe you exercise, maybe you do what? Maybe you take breakfast, straight sit on your desk, whichever it is. You need to have a morning routine such that you know what you do when you wake up. That will also help you to maximize your work schedule so that you don't work longer than you have to work. Okay, and then this morning routine will also help you even with your personal life, because maybe you don't have time for meditation at night and you want to meditate. Maybe you don't have time, you cannot exercise at night. You know that this is the time that I'm going to do this. Okay, so your work life is there, your personal life is there. Create a morning routine that suits you. The fourth tip you can use is to learn how to manage your time, because there are things you're not supposed to do for your personal life, there are things you're supposed to do for your work life. If you don't manage time, you'll be overwhelmed. You won't do either of them perfectly, or one will suffer. Okay, so learn how to manage your time. You know that maybe I have maybe 5 hours a day for work, or 8 hours a day. Like, what do I do at what time? How best can I use these hours to make sure that I complete my tasks? Okay, after that, maybe I have this thing to do for my personal life, interacting, like spending time with my family, preparing dinner for them, bathing a child. Like, what time do you do that, and how do you make sure that you do what you're supposed to do? Okay, I did a video recently on how to improve your time management skills, how to learn how to manage your time better. So I'm going to link it. You can go and watch it and learn how you can manage your time better, so you're able to balance your work life and your home life when you're working remotely. Okay, the next tip that I'm going to give you, and this one may seem silly, but it is very important, it is eat proper lunch. When you're working from home, dinner is normally not a problem. People normally cook in the evening, but lunch is something else. You have not prepared yourself mentally to know what you're going to eat at lunchtime. So you work, and then you take a lunch break, and then you're like, I'm so tired. You can't start thinking of what to cook, and then you're like, but I'm at home. You feel lazy, you don't want to get out. What do? You grab a snack, juice, something. And then if you constantly do this because you're working at home, it means that you're not eating healthy. You're not eating what you're supposed to be eating. You are somehow starving yourself because you're just eating snacks. It's even easy to just be surviving on tea the whole day. You're like, since I have bread, I'll just like take tea with bread. But that is not proper food. That is not proper nutrition. And when you don't feed your body well, then it will also affect your productivity. You won't be able to work as well as if you give your body the food, the nutrients it needs. So have proper lunch. What I normally do personally is I prepare enough food for supper and lunch. So when I'm cooking at night, I prepare enough up to lunch. So at lunchtime, I just warm it real quick, less than 10 minutes, and then I'm eating. If I've not done that, then I think the night before, what will I do for tomorrow lunch? How can I prepare a quick lunch? Then I'll buy whatever it is I need to buy. Or if I just decide that I'm just going to go full on and prepare like a full on meal, then I know that that will be lunch stroke supper. Okay, so that means that I'll have more time in the evening. Okay, so have proper lunch. The next tip you can use is to avoid distractions. I talk about this so many times because one of the things that can prevent you from doing what you're supposed to be doing is distractions. And when you are working from home, distractions are your biggest challenge. When you're in your office, your co-worker can pass by your desk and like joke with you for 2 to 3 minutes till they go back to their work, okay, or something. But when you're at home, and then when people know that you're working from home, I don't know if people think working from home is just like chilling and watching TV. No, I'm just working from home. Yes, there are different kinds of work. There are some people who their work involves just working while they are relaxed. But for some of us, like for me, I need total maximum concentration for hours. I'm researching on something I need to write. I'm researching, I'm typing, I'm thinking. Distractions come in because people know you're working from home. People feel like they can come by whenever they want. Even if it's a work day, your neighbor feels like as long as you're at home, hi, just want to come and say hi. They stay there for 2 hours, like yes, they want to like socialize, which is a good thing. But again, the story doesn't end, and then they feel like now why do you want to kick them out that you want to work? See, you're at home, so you can just work with them there. And you can't work with them there because stories and stories will come. They'll just be telling you stories and stories. And for me, my kind of work is very hard for me to listen to someone speak. And then I'm also researching about homeopathic medicine and how homeopathic medicine can help women to stop heavy menstrual bleeding, and I'm thinking about the progesterone and the estrogen and what happens during a woman's menstrual cycle. Enough progesterone is not produced, and that is what causes hormonal imbalance. And then from the hormonal imbalance, do you see where I'm going? I cannot think like that. I cannot research and be thinking deeply and be typing and be listening to you. So avoid distractions, especially human distractions. There are 2 kinds of distractions that you will always battle with when you're working from home: social media and human distractions. Human distractions, like you can just enjoy some time with your friend or your neighbor and then tell them, oh no, I gotta get back to work. Let people know that you're working. Okay, you're working from home. Working is there. You're not just chilling. And then the other distraction is social media. I've spoken so much about this, but find ways to avoid being distracted on social media at that time that you've set aside to work. Okay, yeah. Another thing that will help you when you're working from home is to find ways to engage in physical activities. If you've seen maybe videos of writers or freelance workers, you see that maybe they do things like they have walks every day, you know, I mean, like freelance groups. But like, what do? There are people who go to the gym daily. There are people I know who go to the gym daily because they work so much for so long, for so many hours. So when they are done, that they need exercise. That is something that will just help their body to move, to stretch, so that they are physically healthy. So when you are working from home, it is easy to sit on this desk like this and just be grabbing your water or your juice, grabbing your water or juice and typing and taking a 10-minute break to eat and sitting like this and sitting like this, which is not healthy. At some point, it will reduce your productivity. You'll feel tired. So physical activity helps. For me, I realize that when I feel blocked, like I'm working, I feel blocked, I feel like I'm not moving, or when I want to, my brain is just not working anymore, I just can put on 1-2 songs for 2-3 minutes. I dance. That is less than 10 minutes, like 6 minutes. I dance or do some physical activity where I follow YouTubers, these fitness instructors on YouTube. I follow them for less than 10 minutes. After that, I feel like I'm superwoman. I can do anything. I go back when I'm rejuvenated. I have enough strength to finish my job so that it does not stretch over too much into my personal life, that is after my work hours. Okay, the next tip that I'm going to talk about is to take care of your health, your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health. My previous point, I've mentioned physical activity. That's one way of taking care of your physical health. I've mentioned eating proper food. That's a way of taking care of your physical health. Drinking water, sleeping well, all these things will make sure that you're physically ready for your work and your personal life. Emotionally, check yourself. Know if you are disturbed emotionally, if something is going on with you emotionally, it is difficult for you to focus. So if there's something going on, find a way to fix it, find a way to handle it. If your mental health is at stake, if you're suffering from stress, depression, find ways to take care of your mental health, whether you're going to meditate, if you're going to talk to someone like a therapist, then consult a therapist, and then make time for them. Don't be like, I'm so busy working that I do not have time to attend my therapy session that is going to help me improve my mental health. No, you need to prioritize that. Also fix it in your schedule, know that there's a time for that. So take care of your overall health, okay? Because when you are healthy, then you're wealthy, you are happy, you are more productive. Okay, the next tip that I'm going to talk about, and it might contradict something I've mentioned before, is to socialize. So socializing is very, very important. You know that man is a social being. You're not created to just be alone. Okay, even the introverts who love their own company, at some point they're like, where are people? Where is everyone? What is going on? Okay, once in a while you need to reach out to people. And socializing also helps to distract your mind from work. Okay, that is now part of your social life now. Okay, because you need to have both work and your social life. It distracts you, it helps you. You talk to your friend or your loved one, you laugh, you feel good. The feel good hormones, the endorphins are released, you are happier, you are more relaxed, you are able to do much. And then when, for example, for my case, I have neighbors that I'm close to. I really don't get close to so many neighbors. I think 1 or 2. But there are times when maybe I've had a difficult article. I've written that article, I've poured all my research into it and everything. And now I feel like, ready to relax. I go and then I ask them if they're available. Are you free? Go there, we chat for some 20-30 minutes. I laugh. I feel so free. All the stress that I had just reduces. I feel much better. And then I come back home and I'm happy. I'm cooking, I'm singing, I'm just enjoying the rest of my evening. Okay, so socialize. And yes, don't make it into a distraction, okay, whereby you just want to socialize all day. The thing is to balance work and life, not just lean towards a life or home and forget about work. Yes, socialize. So the last tip that I'm going to talk about is, yes, this video is all about finding a balance, but don't be obsessed about finding a perfect balance. There's no perfect balance. There are days your work will be crazy, like I don't know what. The days you may just feel like relaxing, taking it easy, watching a movie. there's no perfect balance, and this balance you cannot achieve it every single day. Okay, as I've said, there are days you will work more, there are days you will relax more, but just make sure, let me say in a week, maybe you had your target, like I've done this in a week. Have you managed to do your work, most of your work that you wanted to do? Have you managed to also relax and have fun with your family? Like, it doesn't have to be every single day, like in the split in the middle. 6 hours are for work, 6 hours are for spending time with my family. There's no perfect balance. When things do not go as planned, as maybe you had planned initially, don't like beat yourself up, feel like you have failed, feel like you don't even know how to do this. Okay, there's no perfect balance. Okay, you need to learn that you work at balancing, but it won't be perfect. Sometimes they will teach work life, work life. Okay, but you keep trying. Guys, I want to hear from you. How do you work towards balancing these two, especially when you're working from home? Like, what do you do so that you don't lean towards one direction so much? Because for me, the danger is that I would normally lean too much towards work, which is very crazy. So what do you do? What tips do you apply to make sure that one doesn't suffer, that you try to do both of them? Okay, so if you like videos on personal development and lifestyle vlogs, this is the place to be. So subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos. Until next time, be good to yourself and be kind to others. Bye.